Internet, this is LordMaddog, and we are playing Kerbal Space Program. Yes, ha. So last time we basically just did some science farming and little random odds and ends. This time we're gonna actually spend that science so we can build our miniature explorer. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get our science. I already know what we're gonna pick. We're going to get experimental rocketry, which has a thermal rocket system. And then we're also going to get these two reactor systems. So we now have access to the pebble bed, which is a very good reactor. And we're going to upgrade our radiators. Yes. Which will enable us to go ahead and build a new type of ship. Okay, so we got a thermal rocket, we got the pebble bed reactor, and we got a little bit better in our radiators. And we're going to use this as the base to go ahead and start building that explorer, miniature explorer I was talking about. It's not going to be anywhere near as big as the real explorer, but it'll be kind of about the same size as. No, not even near the same size, but it'll be about 1/3 the size of the original Explorer, using rockets, refineries, and different things to get what we want. Yes, beautiful. You know, I think, no, I don't want that. That's ugly. There we go. We do need some type of laser on top, which is our transmitter. Now, helium is going to be the fuel we use, but helium is not actually the fuel we use. We use ore, which is converted to helium, because helium is not very dense. It is very undense. So, which means I'd have to have like hundreds and hundreds of cases of it. But instead, I'm going to use a processor to mine the ore, to take my ore and convert it into helium, which this rocket runs off of. Okay, so I'll increase the helium a bit. We'll see about different helium tanks. We're going to need a bigger helium tank than that because it was just not giving me enough, even for a base. There, 195 delta V with 400 delta V. That helps. That works. No, not quite right. Let's go back and let's try out one of these. See if I can get helium. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, so I changed some things after looking at it. I decided the base we're going to go with, and we're also going to have a little bit of a reactor in here. I'm going to move it so it's easier for me to get to my stuff, though. Yes, that's good. We also need some actual battery packs, just for good measure. And, we still haven't decided on a type of fuel system. These things do not hold helium, and I don't like that. Hydrogen. Hydrogen. 279. Some clipping there, but that's what I care about is looks when I build something. I like things to look a little bit nicer than what they normally would, and having the super long, fat, straight things just not nice. If I had the tools, I would have like I wanted those side bags, because that's what I really like, the side thingies. But you can't do that because they didn't hold that. I think if a stool switch might be able to do it, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. But alright, so we also need some drills. These are going to work as our landing gear. they actually can take about the same amount of impact as most landing gear. Surprisingly, because looking at them, a landing gear can take up to like 45 meters per second, and these can take up to like 37 meters per second impact, or something like that. Or was it 15? Ah, I might, no. I don't know. It wasn't too much difference. Putting in some radiators, and we're gonna name this the onlooker. We're also gonna need to add a little bit more radiators down here at the bottom, because, well, that's not anywhere near enough radiators for a reactor this big. Also, I don't like how these are. We're going to change that out to go ahead and just go with, we could try 4 of these. No, still, okay, that only holds 6. I want to hold 7. Yeah, and yeah. We're going to need to hold 7. So we're going to go ahead and put one of these things in, which is much better. And it has a better production rate and can produce rocket parts better too, I think. So it's much better. Yep, I like that. Now let's go ahead and look at our heat for radiators. I'm going to put these in there. I need some really powerful heat radiators. Let's make it look here a little bit different. No, don't like that. Let's go ahead and try it the way it is right now. See how it works. Yes. This thing. Let's turn that on, and go. There we are. We have 1,000 Pacific impulse. That's good. And there, we ran out of the fuel we have. And oof, crash. Oh, bang. Okay, we gotta fix that. We definitely don't have enough delta V to begin with. No, actually what we need is better engineers. We need engineers. Because engineers increase the proficiency of our equipment. But I also do need these. Let's go ahead and put these on there. Yep. 1 gigawatt. Let's move them and make it look a little bit better. Giant radiator pieces. Yeah, I think this is looking at different science pieces here. Alright, so we're going to put these down at the bottom and around. We're going to get that radiator out of the middle. We're going to put 4 total radiators, 1 on each side, so these things are not being a pain inside there and will not be getting in my way anytime I try to go inside my case. Which works better? There we go. Beautiful. I'm moving things around. I'm going to skip forward because this moving science stuff around is boring. So I'm still moving science stuff around and making different decisions. So I put all the science things on around the bottom so they can actually gather science if we land. Here we go. Let's go ahead and try this again. Alright, so 107 mega impulse, heat's fine, and in we go. But that's it's not gonna. I don't need that much thrust to weight ratio when we're in space. It's not obviously not designed to land on any atmospheric planet or heavy atmospheric place. It just needs a few moments of thrust. Engineers. Dang it. No, I don't have. Now I don't have enough money to launch this thing, so I can't even test it. Stinking things cost too much. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and crate this now at the home away from home because it's ready to go. Except for, actually, I forgot put some ore containers, not ore, but rockets and metal containers, but I will put them on it manually once it's built here. Alright, since now we got this building and it's gonna see what it takes to build. Yeah, put it in there and select the stuff. Hit. We don't want that. Yes, build. 28 days. Alright, so I'm not going to speed up the time because we actually need some things before that happens. We need crew. Yes, we need crew. Because I think it has there's 10 crew possibilities. We've got 3 already, which is our main 3 Kerbals. But I don't have the engineers and other things I need, and everything I do have is mostly pilots. So I need to change that. And to do that, I have downloaded a mod called, what is it called? As it's loading here, I'm trying to remember. Modbit? No. Crew roster. Yes, that's it. Crew roster. Alright, so right here is that crew roster. What it does is it enables me to change my crew's profession. And I bought a whole bunch of pilots that I do not like. So I'm going to change them over to being something actually useful. Engineers. Because I would have never bought them in the first place if the game didn't force me to. Also, I'm still looking for a mod that will replace the entire recruiting center because it's just trash. You've heard my expression on the recruiting center multiple times. I do not like it. I do not think it's well done. It's remained the same since the very beginning. So we're going to keep on changing all of our pilots into something we can actually use, which is engineers. Because I paid the same price. I mean, it's only right for me to be able to actually have been able to hire what I had one to hire. They each cost me like $600-700K. Okay. Also, we're going to change because or did we already do it? Oh, yes, I accidentally already did it. And I wanted to anyway. I changed Valentine Kerman into an engineer. Right there, yes, Valentine Kerman into an engineer. I did that because otherwise she won't get to go along with this. And I always think that the husband, I like to say that Valentine is Jebediah's wife. And I'm also checking out these different things in here, what this stuff does. But I've always said that she's Jebediah's wife, and it's only right for her to be able to go along. And if she's a pilot, she's completely dead weight on the ship. While Jebediah, being the pilot, I could use one pilot. It's fine. He gets to go. So this way, all 3 of my main, was it 4 now? Yeah, it's all 4 of my default Kerbals get to go along on this new ship I am building. Oh, I should have. Well, I would have paid $5,000. I would have paid $50,000 to have them change. But actually, I don't really like this mod much. Anyway, so we will go ahead and stop messing with this mod right here and go on. All right, now that we have our crew, we need to actually take them up to where they need to go. And to do that, we're going to just move things around a bit. We're just going to change this up a bit. We're going to get rid of the uranium on this. We don't need that up there. Here, let me remove this. Here we go. That worked. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. We also don't need the RCs I had for this thing last time either. It is good to have a little bit of battery power, though. From what I have seen, experience tells me good to have battery power. Yeah, we just need to move this a little bit farther down and put on a second capsule to carry our crew. Where is it? There it is. Yes, yes. Very good. Now let's see if we can put everybody in there. Well, we cannot quite put everybody we need in there. Let's change this up a little bit more so we can put everybody in there. Here we go. This works. Now we can put everybody we need in there. Yes. Let's increase my delta V a tad bit by scaling up my fuel containers. And we also now need radiators. Absolutely need radiators. Because I removed them when I took off the RC container. Yes, alright, we have good radiators. Everything's perfect. This is our delivery crew. So let's change that. Delivery C, which crew, and we'll go ahead and launch it. Wait. I forgot to launch it. Here we go. And just put everybody in there except for Bonnie. Bonnie gets to stay behind because I need a scientist here if I'm going to send off anything else elsewhere while this ship is gone. So we are going to take this ship all the way out to our home away from home base on Guardian. So we're going to go ahead and create our nodes. Real easy. Execute node. Same thing we've done, I think, like 7 times now. If only it was this easy to get to the moon in real life, hey? Well, actually, I think we probably could have somewhat been doing this. In fact, there was a scientist who believed that we would actually be doing exactly this. He believed in it so heartily, he developed something called the Blue Dragon. Yeah, I think he called it the Blue Dragon. It was a giant rocket that actually launched out of the water. He believed that after we landed on the moon that we'd actually there'd be thousands of people going to the moon, you know, but that just never happened, and his ideals were thrown away. It was a really simple rocket. It was just the size, and it would have been not overly efficient, but I believe it would have worked to be able to deliver missions to the moon over and over again. All right, we are now in orbit. We're going to go ahead and land around here. Yes. Delivery of the crew. This actually took me about 500k though to launch. I wasn't actually looking at the price tag on it, but I do believe it was close to 500k, which means this wasn't a very cheap launch, and I have a decent amount of money thanks to constantly repeating the mine ore quest and a few different ones. I think repeating the quest. Ooh, hey, there's another one talking about the mine ore. Whoa, 455k. Now that paid for this launch. That's sweet. All right. Here we are, and we got a perfect landing. I could get closer, but there's no real reason to. I'm not going to spend the time to, well, just a little bit, to make it a little bit more balanced. Just to, yeah. All right. Yeah, that's good. Now switch over here. Let's get, I can't ever remember his name. Don't feel bad. Don't be upset at me for that. I can never remember his name. Boom, and then we'll just go ahead and put this on top. There we go. And we'll go ahead and throw these on top as well. And we'll let that fly off. We don't need it anyway. Try to catch it. 14 days. Now with all the Kermans I have. Engineers. All right, so yeah, we now have everyone we need to crew our onlooker. Let's move everyone over into where they're being a little bit more productivity. 11 days. So we lost an entire day with having extra engineers in the right location. All right, let's speed up time and bring it on out. Da-da-da-da. Here we go. Finalize. Boom. There she is, our beautiful onlooker. Now let's put some uranite inside the reactor. Transfer. Oh, shoot. It's not uranite. It's uranium nitrate. I seen the N. Oh, shoot. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. Of course you can't take an object mined off of one place and instantly put it into your reactor. I mean, I should have known better. I mean, I kind of did, but when I noticed that they were the same name, I'm thinking, and it kind of caught in the back of my head, I was thinking, oh, yeah. Well, I still can transport on my uranium that these things have completely fully mined, which is really nice. Enables me to do this here. Looks like we're gonna have to see if we can either ship the uranite here, uranitride. Yeah, uranitride. We're gonna either it's up there in the corner, uranium nitride. That's what it's called. So we're gonna have to see if we can actually ship it here, but that's probably gonna be too expensive for what I'm gonna guess. Uranitride is not cheap. All right, back to space station, and let's see. Yeah, I think. Well, we're going to go ahead and throw off some science so we have enough science to do. If we need to buy some more things, we'll have enough science, hopefully. And I'm going to look up on how to make uranitride. Hopefully, if we can make uranitride, I'm not going to ship it up there because that's just too expensive. I'm going to guarantee uranium was not cheap. It was like $500K for a very small batch. And if it's uranitride, which is probably a higher grade, now that I think about it. So, after what seemed like an eternity of trying out different things and looking up how to do this, I finally figured it out. I did have to buy the next upgrade in containers. Fuel containers, something. It was a 1,500. Or was it just 1,000? I'm not sure. I can't remember which. Science. But I had enough, so I bought it. And I finally figured out the process to make your uranium nitride. Oh, man. It's a lot. So, we need fluorite, which is the base component. Well, here, I'm going back too fast here. I'll explain it. Okay, we need your fluoride, which is the base component. You also need regolith, which to be able to produce hydrogen and nitrogen. And you also need uranite, which is to produce uranium nitrate. You produce enriched uranium, and then the enriched uranium gets turned into UF4. But to get UF4, you also need the liquid fluorine from the fluorinite. And then after that, you would take your hydrogen and nitrogen you take your nitrogen and you take your nitrogen with the UF4, UF4 to produce the uranium nitride. Yes, so that's what it takes to do it. It's a really, really long process. So right here we got to change. I'm showing that you need to change it to liquid fluorine after you get to fluorine, and each one of these things actually turns out to be quite necessary. So all this setup here on this side is important. Yeah. All right, so we'll activate the drill. And the drill fills up our fluoride, our regolith, and our uranitride. Then we go ahead and we turn on regolith mining, the refinery there, And after we have regolith, we need to turn our fluorine, we also start our fluorine process, our uranite process, and that changed it into fluorine. Then we change it into liquid fluorine. And then once we have enough liquid fluorine, oh yes, we need to do the Haber process. The Haber process, which gives us ammonium. Yes, and then we use ammonium, hydrogen and nitrogen, to produce ammonium. And ammonium then produces, with UF4, produces uranitride. There we are. So it's also eating up my uranium, which I already had some made, because it actually takes a long time for it to make your enriched uranium. It takes a very long time to make enriched uranium. So after finally figured it out, this is our pre-source chain alone. All right, so we're going to produce this back at the base, which will enable us to produce what we need. However, we got a problem. Back at the base, at home away from home, we do not, I repeat, do not, sadly, have fluorite. We're going to have to go fly somewhere else to find fluorite. So that means we need a small ship to go that we can launch from home, away from home, to fly across the dunes of Guardian and find fluorite. I mean, I know there is fluorite on Guardian. It's just not where we currently are sitting. So, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's just how it is. There is definitely fluorite, though. Also, I want to gather salt, if there's any salt, because I need salt to make lithium, and then I need that salt still needs salt to make lithium-6. And lithium-6 is what almost all the plasma radiators work off of. If I can get some salt, that'd be very nice. I don't know if I will be able to get any salt, though. I was thinking that I could use the converter here to create liquid helium 2, which are, helium, I can't remember. It's one of the engines that I want it to run off of. Yeah, here, I'm going to, I'm not going to get another one. I already have it. The one I want, this one right here. It's a new engine that we haven't tried out yet. It runs off of liquid helium. Hydrogen. Oh, yeah, because it runs off of hydrogen. It can run off of a lot of different things. But yes, hydrogen is the one we want. So, but that's not going to work. We're going to go ahead and use the regular IRCU with cryotanks mod. That's how that works. The cryotank mod. I don't actually have the cryotanks. I just have the cryotank expansion set that lets the IRSU turn ore into hydrogen 2, which someone told me, I can't remember who, but said that that would definitely be possible if you're actually getting liquid fuel and oxide from it. That you would definitely be able to get hydrogen too from ore as well. I mean, liquid hydrogen, no, hydrogen, just hydrogen from it as well. H2, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and shrink this. And that's why the cryotank mod actually had that feasibility. And it's you can get hydrogen too. I mean hydrogen. Why do I keep on hydrogen at 2? Hydrogen from with interstellar mod from regolith. I'm trying out different things here. And in fact, I don't actually go this way because I realized that I have to have it on one base because it has to launch from one thing. I need to have a base so I'm going to skip this part of the building. It's not good. I'm testing out different things. Yeah, we basically toss the entire bottom. We don't go for that eventually. I try some really stupid stuff here. Like I said, we're going to toss all that. Just skipping through my building here because I throw away all them plans there. I threw them all away. and just go with a simple hydrogen container with regular hydrogen, and that hydrogen engine we unlocked. I think I go with that one, or do I go with it? No, I go with a different one that actually just uses liquid and fuel, I think, in the end. Liquid fuel in the end. We only want 2 of these. There we go. I'm gonna just go with the old squat pot. No, this seems better. No, it's not. Well, skip forward my indecisiveness. Alright, so this is our pretty much the end product of what I decided to go with. It is RSU, or I can't remember. I always get the RS. Was it RSU or is it ISUR? I'm always getting it mixed up. I can't remember. That's anyway. So we inside. We have a reaction wheel. We have our base Cybot. The very top also makes it very easy to get to my scanner because I need to know where the fluoride's at. And then I have the liquid fuel in the bottom, and I also have an ore tank, a small ore tank inside the top pieces, so I can change my ore into the liquid fuel and oxidizer I need. So this thing is designed to fly across the surface, land, harvest, refuel itself, and then fly back. At least that's the hope, the ideal and plan, so we can pick up fluoride from somewhere else on the surface of the moon, of Guardian. I do believe that's what we wanted. It is ready to go. It is a non-manned object, so it will be using just probes. Well, I think we're using the one probe we've unlocked. I haven't unlocked beyond the first probe because I just don't need beyond that probe. I don't need aim towards target. I don't need aim towards maneuver node or anything like that. I can do that all myself, or use mech jab. Okay, so we're going to produce it right here. This is our resource alone that we're producing. Build, that way it's actually starting to build the uranium enriched uranium, which I actually need to be able to do it, because enriched uranium takes a while to actually finalize, to build. Here we go. We're going to put this over here on top of this. The only problem with this is with all these texture models and containers, my computer is starting to lag. Because the refining process is actually kind of resource intensive in the fact that it checks every single container you have every millisecond as it pushes it into the containers. So every time you turn on another process, every container you have, the slower your computer gets, and the slower. So having just this many containers, I think I have a total of like 20 containers. Oh, no, there's a lot more than that. More like 32 containers. I'd have to count it. But anyway, it's a decent amount of containers, and it is causing my computer to lag. It's not too bad, noticeable right now, but it's very annoying. You can't tell so much because I have it on 4 times speed. All right. So it looks like we have an insufficient power problem. I will have to produce another reactor and bring it up here. I have to go back and produce an actual reactor so we can actually run all of our processes at the same time. But we are gaining the objects we more or less need. The only thing we do not have, which I've started, I'm not sure if I started on, I think I had this running, or did I start it off screen? Anyway, this is the farmer. I'm building it. I was looking over the things there. I want to make sure it's just processing everything we can here. I know exactly what we need. As you see, we are gathering uranite and we are converting it into enriched uranium. But like I said, we're out of power, so I'm going to go back. Yeah. Sorry about that load screen. I had to reload for a sec because I was wondering if the power was the inconsistent power problem was actually I was actually not having enough reactor, or if it was just the typical interstellar extended mods electricity problem. But no, it is I have an insufficient power problem. So that's that we will have to fix. But everything else seems to be in order. Oh, insufficient storage. Enable overflow. We don't really need to. Alright, let's go ahead with this and finish building this, I think. What we're going to do, speed up time. Or maybe I should go build the reactor so it's actually doing it while I'm gone. Yeah, let's go ahead and build the reactor because I need that reactor. What you need to build a base off-world. Alright, so I crafted the reactor. You didn't need to see me build the reactor. It's just throwing a thing together and putting it together, and yeah, not a big deal. I also noticed that we were running out of rocket parts, or a rocket factory. So I'm going to produce more rocket parts. I built a little bit rocket factory. These little parts back at the base too. I think I might have done this a while earlier. No, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just they're just one pieces put together. There we go. Electric charge. Good. All right. So. I built a K&K reactor. I named it Backup Power. And it is almost done. So I shouldn't be having the problem with it running out of electricity again. Not actually having electrical charge. We need to put enriched uranium into that little reactor. Transfer fuel, select target. There we go, transfer fuel. We have a lot of reactors on this little base. In real life, you really wouldn't want to do that. Everything's almost powered by nuclear reactors. But before the atomic bomb, or was it before the atomic bomb? In and around the area, they were actually starting to do that. They were actually putting small reactors in skyscrapers and different things. Yeah, that's a cool fact, ain't it? They were actually, and we could still be doing that today. We have much better technology. And I know that sounds like insane, but it is so much more electricity effective in just a small box of like maybe a 5x5 box. Not too small, but it can power for 50 years an entire skyscraper without needing much maintenance. We're making sure we actually getting ready for liquid fluorine, which I don't actually have yet. Like I said, I have to go get the fluorine. And I think I have messed with these long enough, so I'm going to skip forward a bit. So you guys don't have to see me keep on messing with this stuff, because it is kind of confusing and it doesn't always work the way you think it would. Alright, so I am now almost done building the farmer. Here we are finalizing the farmer. Yes. And we're filling it up with what it needs. We're going to need to put uranium nitride in its little reactor. Oh, I didn't know I had 2 reactors in that thing. Oh well. Of course I do. Oh well. No big deal. Let's go ahead and do our science here. While that fills up with oxidizer and liquid fuel. save, and now we're going to go ahead and launch our, there, have it start that. Make sure everything is actually doing it. And full. And we're going to launch. Well, first I want to scan toggle overlay and see where we're going to. Heat map green is the one I found is easiest. And we are looking for fluorite. Fluorite? I'm not sure. I always call it fluorite. There's no R in there, is there? Or is there? Alright, so let's launch our farmer. Plutonium. I didn't even know I had plutonium able to be on this thing. There we go. Farmer Tunch. Take off. We have 2K Delta V to use with this little farmer. Which is nice. I have to reload because it ran out of electricity right away. Again, like I keep saying, the small bug with KSPI, anytime you unconnect or reconnect, it stops producing electrical charge. So you have to reload to get it to start producing electrical charge again. Alright, so we are aiming for wrong. I started off the wrong direction. Here, reload. I know where I want to go. Just got to aim the right way. Here we go. We want to aim up over here in the corner, close to the gorge over this direction. Right there, yes. Have to... There, oh, okay. It's a little higher than I thought it was. Yep, we're going to go straight for the middle of it. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Flying a little bit fast. Here we go. Whoa, that took 1,000 Delta V. Huh. Well, it looks like we have a little bit too little Delta V. I kind of thought that 2K Delta V would be plenty enough to fly around this planet and go right back in one go. I mean, I did make it so it could definitely refuel, but I didn't want it to have to refuel. Those landing gear are pieces of junk. They have less... the default landing gear have less speed limit as than the other stuff. Anyway, we are now gathering our fluorite. F-O-U-O-R-I-T-E. Yes, fluorite is how I think you would pronounce that. Here we are gathering. That's going to take a long time to gather. Fluorite is how you would say that. Fluorite. Yeah. No, we don't send any of the information. We just want to keep it all for myself. Okay. Let's speed up again. Make sure everything is actually working here. Toggle off that. It's causing a little bit of lag. Nope, that's good. Yeah, it's the best place there is for fluorite. Sadly, there is no salt on this planet at all. That really sucks. It really does suck that there's no salt on Guardian. It means that I can't be producing. Yay, we got! I jumped here. Another once again, the mining ore on this planet. That has netted me probably about $4 or $5 million total now by just letting these poor Kerbals sit here and mine ore for these companies that there's no real reason for them to be paying me that. But hey. Let's see what else missions we have. We have, well, we have completed the 80-day one, I think. No, not the 300-day one. So, also, I'm going to see if we can get a little bit more missions here. Oh, there was a mission. No, that was Archangel again. No, I don't want to do that. Nothing that takes too much time. I want to, because I've spent lots and lots of time farming money before, and no one really likes to watch another person fly money because it's one of the most annoying things there is. I was thinking about launching the needle, however, because I wanted to prepare it to be later, but it's not ready, and it's not. And once again, I'm going to change the needle, but there is no reason for me to change the needle, and I actually end up not using it, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that. And I just realized that we're out of time for this episode. Yeah, okay, so this time we built the Explorer, we sent it up there, we began the process of trying to fuel its nuclear reactor. We are halfway through that, and next time we'll complete that process of fueling its reactor and actually, hopefully, getting the chance to launch it into outer space. So, LordMaddog, signing off.